gentlemen, we're here with Mike Herman of AAA Water, and we're at the headquarters of AAA Water, as a matter of fact. And Mike, I just want to ask you, how many systems of the Enviro3 Care have you installed over the years?
Last few years, probably about a couple hundred, somewhere in there.
A couple hundred systems, and the system you're going to show us, which is your system here, is state of the art. And let me just ask you, of the couple hundred systems you've installed, any problems in those systems the last 3 or 4 years?
Very few. Some of the systems, some people installed themselves, and they might have installed them improperly, and we had to go back and repair or redo them. But the ones that we installed, very few problems at all.
And what is the most common water problems you have?
Basically, we have a lot of iron. Our biggest problem is iron, hydrogen sulfide, the rotten egg smell, manganese, the black stains. Of course, iron's the brown stains. We don't get much hardness around here. We are. But basically bacteria from time to time, E. coli, sometimes E. coli,
sure.
And the ozone units will address this problem, especially the newer units Fernando has, or O3 has nowadays. We can get 1.2 grams per minute. That's a lot of ozone, To get that from a competitor would be just prohibitive. The cost would be 10 times the cost. And of course, in a bad market like we got nowadays, you got a bad economy going here. People just don't have the money to put that kind of money out. Sure.
So to compare that, the Enviro3 system produces about 1.2 grams per minute, and the competing systems produce how much?
Well, some of the bubbler type systems are only producing 3 grams a day. A day. So that's a huge difference.
And that's not as effective, is it?
No, and the system's about 4 times the price, just for 3 grams of ozone per day. This is inside the house here. The water's coming in from the well. There's a big 1,000-gallon storage tank outside. It's coming from the well. It comes in through here, and I've got a venturi right here. So as the water's running, the box is wired to a little switch in here. The switch clicks the system on, and then, so when the water's running, the ozone system comes on. Okay, there's a light and everything here. It comes on and it's running. And this is a little bit of, gives some retention time here for the ozone to react on the water. And I have 2 filters here to catch what is precipitated out from the ozone. And it goes off to the house. Now, as I mentioned before, my kitchen sink, the house was never plumbed to, I did this later after I did the house. And my kitchen sink is plumbed differently. It goes off underneath here to the, so this system is not, the kitchen sink is not on this system. So my kitchen sink, I still have a hydrogen sulfide smell from time to time. I get it. Where the other part of the house, which is on the system, I don't have the smell. And I've got iron-free water too. So, but this is basically, this system can be used anywhere in any system in the world. Whether they're on a city system, they've got chlorinated system, because this is compatible with ozone, but it will also neutralize chlorine. Because ozone will, ozone system is compatible with chlorine, I should say, but it will also destroy chlorine rather fast, which is kind of a nice thing to have. So you can destroy the chlorine so you're not drinking chlorinated water, which is because chlorine is carcinogenic. Where ozone, if you degas it, it goes back to oxygen in its natural state. So for health reasons, you've got oxygenated water, if nothing else.
We're here on location for a rain capture system, which is a very big issue in many parts of the United States, and it's one of the applications that Enviro3 Care is proud to present. Mike, go ahead and give us a little background on this location.
Okay, what we're doing here, we got a rain catchment system at this cabin here in the mountains. We have to drill a long way to find water here for a well, so it's pretty expensive. So we can either get the water out of the river in the back here, which we're going to do in the future, and run it to we have a 1,300-gallon storage tank over here behind this gate here, this fence. So right now we're catching water off the roof. So we'll have 2 options here. We can pump from the river. We can also catch water from the roof. And then what we're going to do is update our O3 ozone system, because now we're producing more water. We need just one of the bigger units right about now. So that's kind of what's going on here. But yeah.
Show us some of the components that are associated with this. Okay, Mike, now tell me about this system and how it works.
Okay, we're catching water off the roof of the cabin right here, and just right from the gutter, and it comes through, and there's a rain catchment system right here, the stainless steel system right here. And inside here, if you were to look in there, it's just like an open hole, but it's like capillary action. The debris from the roof, like the pine needles and leaves and things, they just drop right on through and go out tube at the bottom. But the water kind of sticks to, it's very important to have these things plumbed, because the water kind of sticks to the side, and then it comes through on the side inside the filter and comes through the tube here. And then I've got a gravel sand filter here that is going through, and then it percolates over to the tank over here. Now on the side here, we're running an ozone system over here to keep the water purified here. Okay, before I was doing chlorine, but I don't like chlorine because chlorine is very carcinogenic and it causes trihalomethanes, which causes cancer. They're starting to prove this nowadays. Where the byproduct of ozone units is oxygen. After 20 minutes, the ozone will turn back into oxygen, which to me is a pretty important health thing.
And all the germs, all the bugs, and all the elements are gone.
Exactly right. We're here in Monroe, Washington here right now, and we're on a well system right now. And we're pumping from the well, which is out here, goes into a 1,000-gallon storage tank system inside here. And the main problem before, this man has iron and hydrogen sulfide, which is like a rotten egg smell. Okay, those are the two problems he's had. So we're using one of the Enviro3 generators, ozone generators, to treat the water here. So we're running the storage tank, then I'm running on a small compressor, running from the small compressor into your ozone generator to produce ozone to the tank. And I'm doing this 3 times a day, because your units are so strong, I have to cut them way back. I can only use them 3 times a day. Where the closest competitor, I'd have to have the thing running 24/7 to produce even 1/10 the ozone you guys can produce with your boxes.
Wonderful. Now show us a little more about this system. Can we go inside?
Sure, you bet.
And tell us a little bit about the system, please.
Okay, yeah, we're going through a 5-micron filter here, and we're pumping into the tank. So tank's full of water. Now the ozone system over here, I've got a timer over here which comes on 3 times a day. Okay, because your units are so strong, I can't run them constantly because I'll melt the tank practically, which is good for the units. So it speaks highly about them. So anyway, we're coming out of here. My timer will click in. It'll turn back. I'll flip it on real quick. And this generator is coming on here. At the same time, this ozone generator is wired into that timer also. I'll turn it off so we get too strong of smell right now. But anyway, the timer comes on, the compressor comes on, the ozone generator comes on, and this compressor is pumping through the reactor here, through the ozone box, and pumping it off into the 1,000-gallon storage tank. And inside I've got kind of a cross, a T at the bottom, so the ozone bubbles up through the tank. And we do this about 3 times a day, about for 15 minutes each time per day. And it's the complaint, he had hydrogen sulfide, the rotten egg smell, and also iron, and that's neutralizing both right here. And then over there on the other side, which you don't need to see here, but there's an iron removal system to catch the precipitated iron out of here, and also degasses the ozone at the same time. We always degas it. So that's about this. That's the quick story.
And this system's been running for how many years?
Approximately 4 years now.
4 years on the beta test. Well, great.